You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900.
Thank you for joining us here at News 25 and Ace Country Radio and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices on this Wednesday, July 2nd, 2025. Good evening. I'm Chris Palermo. Here is what's happening. A wanted man in Pahrump is in custody after allegedly ordering his dog to attack deputies during an attempted arrest Monday afternoon. And News 25 has this story.
A wanted man here in Pahrump was taken into custody Monday afternoon, July 1st, after allegedly ordering his dog to attack deputies attempting to arrest him. According to law enforcement, authorities responded to a residence here in Pahrump at 1:03 p.m. on July 1st to locate a suspect with a confirmed felony warrant. The man was also under active ankle monitor supervision, which was reportedly pinging at the property. After repeated announcements ordering occupants to exit the residence, which went unanswered, deputies entered a structure where the ankle monitor signal was the strongest. At this time, deputies heard the suspect, identified as Andriy Petrushka, say to his barking dog, "Go fuck them up." Upon entry of the structure, the dog approached deputies as if to attack them. The dog was shot and wounded during this encounter by deputies. Then Petrushka reportedly became aggressive, demanding the dog be shot again and making threats to grab a firearm. Deputies interpreted these comments as a potential attempt to access a weapon. Deputies deployed a taser and took the man into custody. Andriy Petrushka is now facing multiple charges, including 2 counts of assault with a deadly weapon, failure to appear, and resisting a public officer.
More news now. The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department is turning to the public for help identifying a person of interest in a hit-and-run crash that left one person critically injured. Let's take a look at the details.
The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department is asking for the public's help in identifying a person of interest in connection to a critical injury hit-and-run accident. The collision occurred on Friday, June 13th, 2025 at approximately 8:57 p.m. near Desert Inn Road and Grand Canyon Drive. According to investigators, the driver fled the scene, leaving the victim behind with serious injuries. Detectives with the Collision Investigation Section are working to identify the individual responsible and are urging anyone with information to come forward. Tips can be submitted by calling Las Vegas Metro's Collision Investigation Section at 702-828-3595. Those who wish to remain anonymous can contact Crime Stoppers at 702-385-5555, or you can also visit crimestoppersofnv.com, or now you can even use their mobile app P3. Crime Stoppers tips that are submitted directly leading to a felony arrest or indictment may be eligible for a cash reward.
And on June 30th, Ponderosa Dairy's electrical infrastructure and water pump system was shot multiple times by a high-power sniper rifle, disabling their power grid. A $10,000 cash reward is being offered to residents with information leading to an arrest.
Ponderosa Dairies is currently offering a $10,000 cash reward for any information that leads to the arrest and conviction of those responsible for the recent attack on their electrical infrastructure and water pumps. News 25 spoke with Ed Gohart, the manager of Ponderosa Dairies, who shared more details about the incident and its impact on operations.
Yeah, so this is Ed Gohart. I'm the manager of Ponderosa Dairies. And we've been doing business here in Nye County in Amargosa Valley for the better part of 33 years. So more or less just call it a third of a century. Approximately 4:50 p.m. on June 30th, we had an individual with a high-powered sniper rifle maliciously and intentionally destroy pumping equipment, valuable infrastructure, and electrical equipment that we use to pump water, to feed and water our cows and cool our cows, and also destroyed a VEA transformer. All told, between the several rounds of penetrating high caliber rifle ammunition, we suffered at least $100,000 in damage. This is a purposeful, intentional, malicious act of sabotage and terrorism. And we produce a third of the milk in the state of Nevada. This could put Nevada's milk supply in jeopardy. It's also a federal offense to knowingly target and destroy energy infrastructure. Destruction of an energy facility is a federal offense, 18 U.S. Code 1366. Because of the severity of this crime, we are offering, and the danger this individual poses not only to us, but the community at large, we are offering a $10,000 cash reward for the information leading to the arrest and conviction of the person or people responsible for this act of violence and terrorism directed towards our facility and to our cows and our employees.
If you have any details that could assist in the investigation, contact Ed directly at 702-682-3339. Your tip could help bring those responsible to justice and earn you a $10,000 reward.
More news now. Representative Susie Lee of Nevada's 3rd Congressional District is working on legislation aimed at ensuring AM radio remains a feature in newly manufactured vehicles, and some automakers have argued that AM radio could interfere with the mechanics of electric vehicles. Mikey Ruhan and I recently spoke with the congresswoman about this issue during our Southern Nevada Now radio show on the Ace Country Radio Network.
Okay, so let's get really to the technical aspect of it. I guess one of the reasons the push to eliminate these is, from what I can gather, is the AM radios are maybe a drain on the electric vehicles.
Yeah, that is what is the big sticking point, where many manufacturers are claiming that, especially EVs, there's electrical interference from high voltage systems. But more importantly, it's about added cost for shielding and filtering. And, automakers are proposing that people could receive emergency alerts via mobile phones or maybe even FEMA apps on their phones. But, these options are not reliable in a crisis. And that's what's most important. It's unrealistic for people to pull over, pull out a handheld, download an app, and the accessibility of the alerts in real time is not guaranteed. And so, I think AM radio is resilient. It's resilient in emergencies, and especially when digital interference happens and you see failure in those systems.
Bring us up to speed where we are now with it. What's the timeline?
Well, right now it has 213 bipartisan co-sponsors in the House.
Interesting.
It's Gus Bilirakis from Florida, Frank Pallone from New Jersey. Frank is the ranking member on Energy and Commerce.
Okay.
And so there's two things we could do. One, it could get a hearing, it could get a markup in Energy and Commerce, and then come to the floor. Or if we only get 5 more co-sponsors, it could come to the floor on a consent calendar. And so if you get more than half of the members of Congress to sign on to the bill, you can bring it to the floor of the House for a vote. So we're 5 co-sponsors away. Either way, either one of those avenues, I think it has a good shot of getting a vote.
Sports and weather, more local stories coming up. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. Well, in sports, Mikey has stories on some good news for the local team in the WNBA, and Joey Chestnut is due to make a comeback.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. Las Vegas Aviators knocked the cover off the ball on Tuesday night, demolishing the Oklahoma City Comet 10-3. Rematch this evening at 7:05. The Las Vegas Aces head to Indiana to face the Fever tomorrow night. The WNBA announced today that Aces forward A'ja Wilson is the Western Conference Player of the Week for games played from June 23rd through the 29th. It is the 24th Player of the Week honor for the reigning MVP. Wilson is now tied with Ella Del Donne with 24 for the third most such honors in WNBA history, trailing only Tina Charles with 32 and Candace Parker with 27. After a one-year absence, Joey Chestnut is back and looking to regain his crown when he competes in the 2025 Nathan's Famous Hot Dog Eating Contest on Coney Island in New York City on Friday.
The atmosphere at Coney Island on 4th of July is like nothing else.
It is like a cross between an illegal dogfight and the Super Bowl.
When we get announced with George Shea on the microphone, he amps everybody up.
Joey Chestnut!
I get goosebumps just thinking about it.
The energy of the crowd is really important for Joey, and when Joey comes into the arena, that energy just lifts him up, and you can see he's just ready to go.
I try to perform for the crowd too sometimes. I have to try to stay calm and not let the crowd push me too much in the beginning, but try to feed off the crowd at the end.
3, 2, 1, put down your hot dog! It is very gritty. It is very New York, and that reality of Coney Island really comes through, and there's really nothing like it.
And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Thank you, Mikey. Please tell me you don't put ketchup on the hot dog. And Maria Centers, our roaming reporter in Clark County, is going to tell us all about the largest 4th of July parade in southern Nevada in Summerlin.
With so much to celebrate this year, along with the 2025 Independence Day weather forecast of sunny and sizzling skies here in Las Vegas for the holiday, the 31st annual Summerlin Council Patriotic Parade will begin rolling out at 9 a.m. Friday morning. U.S. Major General Andra L. Berry of the Nevada Air National Guard is set to be this year's Grand Marshal. During his reign, the Major served as the governor's principal advisor on all National Guard issues, was responsible for both the federal and state missions of the Nevada National Guard, and worked as the official channel of communication for the National Guard Bureau, Department of the Army, and Department of the Air Force. Here's a preview of what's to come this July 4th here in Clark County during Southern Nevada's largest parade.
Happy 4th of July, everyone! Being the title sponsor really is uniquely a recognition of the effort and initiative of our Summerlin residents that really got this thing started 30 years ago.
This year's Summerlin Council Patriotic Parade will float 70 entries, including a 40-foot Grand Old Flag, a 50-foot American Eagle, veteran and military entities, patriotic and pulp culture themed displays, and more.
It's hard on an anniversary like this to not reflect and really be so appreciative of the Summerlin residents who took it on themselves to get this thing started.
U.S. military and veteran organizations will be represented by the American Legion, Greater Nevada Detachment Marine Corps League, Forgotten Not Gone, Southern Nevada Military Vehicle Association, Military Order of the Purple Heart, Submarine Veterans of Las Vegas, and VFW Post 12093.
This is a way for many residents of Southern Nevada to kick off their holiday, and again, before the fireworks and food starts, to really say thank you to our men and women in uniform, jump in and make this a recurring tradition for them and their family.
An array of patriotic-themed pride returns to the 2025 parade, paying homage to Nellis and Creech Air Force bases, while more than 2,500 people are predicted to participate in Clark County's largest 4th of July parade.
This is one of the greatest events all year in Nevada, not only just Summerlin, but people come from all over Las Vegas and surrounding areas just to be here to see this great spectacle. And not only that, I bring my family with me, just the immediate family, 270 of us, because it's the best. Yeah!
This year's Summerlin Council Patriotic Parade begins at Hill Point Road and Hill Center Drive. It will close out at Trailwood Drive and Springgate Lane. Reporting from Las Vegas and bumping it back over the hump to Pahrump, I'm Maria Centers for News 25.
Thank you, Maria. That looks festive. And Josh from Great Computer Deals is up next with a helpful computer tutorial. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. Josh from Great Computer Deals gives us our weekly quick tutorial on the pros and cons of free email services compared to paid email services.
Hey guys, Josh Osborne here with Pahrump's own Great Computer Deals. It's time for another quick tutorial. Today we're talking about free email services versus paid email services. Now I'm sure you have an email account, and in many cases people will have a free one. Google offers Gmail. Yahoo has their Yahoo Mail. Microsoft has Hotmail or Outlook, and they're totally free. It's nice to be able to have a free service, but one thing that a lot of people don't realize is when you get these free services, because it's free, you are just a number to them. You are of no real value because you're not paying for that service. So if anything were to go wrong and you need to talk to an actual human being, there is no number you can call. There is no email address that you can write to. And honestly, I've seen many times where people have their entire business on one single Gmail account, for example, and then when they get locked out of it, they don't have anybody to turn to help, and their entire business is compromised because they're completely locked out and there's zero they can do about it. If that's the case, what I would consider for you guys to do, if you really are desperately in need of your email service and you can't live without it, consider going with a paid email service. I won't list too many specifics, there are tons that are out there, but when you have a free one, you get no service. When you get a paid service, there is always somebody to help if things were to go down because you are paying them a monthly fee. Even if it's $5 a month, they want to continuously get that money coming in, so they're going to be available to you. There's an actual tech support number where you can talk to a human being and get support. So learn from a lot of these folks that have got free email services, have lost their password or got changed on them, and they had no options, nobody to call, and consider getting a paid one instead. I know it's a couple extra dollars out of your wallet, and that's tough these days. We're all kind of struggling. But if it's an email address that's crucial to your business or to you personally and you cannot live without it, you cannot take that risk. So I make no extra money by giving you a referral in this case. I've just seen so many times where people have come in and lost something that's extremely important to them, and there was nothing we could do to help because it was through a free email service. Consider getting a paid one, and I guarantee you won't regret it. I hope this information helps you guys out. We'll catch you guys on the next quick tutorial.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner & Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
That's a Lerner & Rowe weather cam looking outside of the KPVM TV studios, and there is a lot of moisture in the air. The dew point is nearly 60 degrees, which is very high. Do we have more stormy weather coming up? Because we are looking forward to the holiday. Complete forecast is up in a bit.
Weather is sponsored by the Nevada Dairy Farmers and the Dairy Council of Nevada, sharing the love of all things dairy. Celebrate the best moments with milk. Milk the moment. And the weather is also brought to you by the Ponderosa Dairy, Nevada's largest dairy, fresh from our farm to your table.
Good evening, Nevada. My name is Roy Rosell, coming to you from the Channel 25 Weather Studios. And taking a look at Nevada right now, up in northern Nevada, Fernley is looking at 92 degrees, Fountain is looking at 94, Carson City is at 87, Tonopah is at 76 degrees, Goldfield's at 79, Beatty is at 92, Amargosa is at 96, Las Vegas is at 93 degrees, and Death Valley is at 108 today. But here in the beautiful Paradise of Pahrump, it's currently 94 degrees. The high today was 95 with some partly cloudy skies. The wind was blowing south-southeast at 9 miles per hour, humidity 24%, and the sun rose this morning at 5:30 and is setting tonight at 8:05 p.m. The humidity rises up to 33%. And the wind continues to blow east-southeast at 11 miles per hour. The low tonight's going to be 75 degrees. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. For the next 3 days, we are seeing 100 degrees. Just straight across the board, pretty much. We are staying in the triple digits, though on Independence Day, which is this Friday, we are seeing a little bit of wind. We are jumping to Sunday. We're seeing 103 degrees, 104 on Monday, 106 on Tuesday, and all the way up to 109 next Wednesday. So I know a lot of people are celebrating the 4th of July tonight, so make sure to stay safe and stay hydrated. Back to the desk. Here's Chris.
Thank you, Miss Rosell. Well, the weather is going to be hot as usual. We may get a little bit of wind. We may get a lot of wind on the 4th, so take notice of that. We're wishing you a happy 702 day today here. That'll just about do it for all of us here at News 25. Chris Palermo, make it a great night.